what's funny about failure is we're afraid to fail a lot of times because we're afraid to get those people telling us that we're not good, that we shouldn't try again. Mm-hmm. This is how I look at it. First of all, those people are going to be there. And 99.9% of those people who are in your ear after you fail haven't even tried what you're attempting to do. Mm-hmm. That's first of all. Mm-hmm. But they have a voice. That voice needs to be, we're done. You don't need to talk to me anymore. Mm. Like when I failed the pull-up record, I was going for 4,020 pull-ups. And I failed it twice before I finally got it the third time. I had so many people telling me, you can't do it. I was like, how many pull-ups have you done in your life? So that's the first thing. Look at who's talking to you negatively first. And failure is the only way to grow. The only way to grow for me. Everything I've ever succeeded in, 3 hell weeks. Yep. Everything, Ranger School, everything I've ever failed, I failed miserably so many times. But what you do with that failure is you go back, you learn from it. And not just learn from it, I call it the live autopsy, where you get all this stuff, you get a scratched piece of paper and you start writing down. Don't even acknowledge the fact that you failed. You're looking at it almost like the daggone light bulb. Like, okay, this went wrong, that went wrong, that went wrong. And then you go back into it. All failure is a tool for success. It shows you how to get there if you're willing to stay in the fight. That's the hard part though. After failure, all these voices start to say, no, we're not good enough, we're not good enough, we're not good enough. No, we haven't tried enough. And that is so true. We just haven't tried enough. But yeah, without failure, I wouldn't be who I am today. So the 1 second decision is, I had to live through that 1 second decision several times during this race. So this race took me 100 and some hours, okay? And this is what people don't get. For you to finish that race, even though I DNF'd, I still finished in the time. So there's a lot of pride in that. If you're 100 and some odd hours, let me use Hell Week. This is a perfect example. Hell Week's 130 hours. And 130 hours is a lot of seconds. And if you lose, let's say you win every second but one, you lost. It only takes 1 second for you to lose the whole thing. So the 1 second decision is just that. You're in a situation where life is sucking. Let's say you're in extreme cold water and your life is flashing before your eyes. Every time that wave goes over your head, your thought process is, I gotta get out of this water. And you're in Hell Week and you're hour one of 130 hours. It's all fun and games, okay? Because at the beginning of Hell Week, the guns are going off. It's like a pep rally. So you're hyped up and your boys are linked arms and you're getting sprayed. The instructors are yelling at you, bombs are going off, concussion grenades, blanks from N60s. Yeah, hoo-yah. But then what they do is they shut that shit off. They shut it off. All that hoo-yah, all that hype, it gets real quiet. And they march you out to that surf zone for something called surf torture. And it's that water, that Pacific Ocean is cold as shit. So no more pep rally. You're now in your head. You're linked arms with, your brothers beside you. You don't know if they're going to be there long or not. You don't care. You think about yourself. You lay back and that first wave hits you. Your mind goes straight from hour 2 all the way to hour 130. You can't process 5 days of this. You're in fight or flight. It's cold. I can't be cold this long. And then this is where that 1 second decision comes in. You forgot every reason why you wanted to be there. You don't care about SEALs. You don't care about any of this shit. You don't care about fighting for your country. You don't care about that gaudy gold trident that they put on your chest. You don't care about any of that no more. All you want to do is go back home. You want the warmth. You may want something to eat. You want your girl to hold you. All those things of comfort are there in that 1 second. And this is where people lose. So, but what you have to do in that 1 second is hard to process information during pain. Because that pain takes over and you can't think rationally. You're thinking about fight or flight, save yourself. That's not a rational thought. It's not a thought that's going to get you through hard times. most people fail that 1 second. So what happens, what I do in that 1 second, and there's a bigger process to all this, but in that 1 second, I physically stayed in that water. Because if I get out of the water, I quit. So I physically stay in the water, but mentally, I'm on the beach with the instructors. And the instructors, it's cold outside, so they got these parkas on, and they're warm because they've already been through it. So now it's your turn to go through it. So mentally, I get back with them. I'm still in the water physically, but mentally, I'm back with them. I'm chilling. I got my parka on, and now I'm thinking logically because I'm warm now. Mentally, I'm warm. I've taken that 1 second. Let's not quit yet, Goggins. Let's think about your options. Where are you going to end up if you quit? In my military life, I've gone through almost every special forces unit. Once I realized that I have the ability to be with the best, I was on a hunt for the best people in the world,
right?
The best military people, because that's what I thought it was at. Everybody thinks that's where it's at. One thing I found out about even the best of the best, once they go through the hard part of training and they get through the other side of the crucible, very few, not all, but very few maintain, let's say you're going through SEAL training, buds, very few go back there in their mind and train to that level anymore. So a lot of people's reputations, Ranger School, buds, stuff like that, it comes from a 6-month program. Once they get through that, no one wants to live that way. That is my lifestyle.
Yeah, you live that way.
I live day one, week one of training every day. So this morning I woke up at 43 years old, retired from the military, went on a 10-mile run. Got done a 10-mile run, went straight to the gym, did an hour-and-a-half gym workout. I'm here right now. After I leave here, I'm gonna go home and stretch out for 2 hours. I got real sick, long story short. Stretching out has really helped out my psoas muscle. That psoas muscle attaches to your T12. So all of us who sit down like I'm sitting down right now, whenever you're in that fight or flight mode, let's say you're driving your car and the car's coming to hit you, you get that tense. So my childhood all the way up till now, it's been this squeezing. So about 6 years ago, I got to the point where I couldn't get out of bed. The docs couldn't figure anything out, nothing out with me. And I had this huge lump on the back of my head from my spine being compressed. I had these huge lumps on my hip flexor muscle, psoas area. And it's the only muscle that attaches your lower body to your upper body. And I just slowly started stretching out. I said, I'm going to probably die. The docs couldn't figure it out. I was slowly dying. It was literally collapsing. Like there was no blood flow to organs in my body from all the stress in my entire life. Started stretching out. I was on all these medications. 6 years later,
no meds.
I'm on one medication. And I was on about 17, 18 medications. I have this thing called the accountability mirror. And that's really where all this starts at. Trying to find the 40%, trying to find that 1 second, trying to armor your mind, trying to callous your mind. All these things I have in this book, all these different mental tactics, mental tools to find how can I win the war in the morning. So a lot of us, we wake up already defeated. We wake up, so when you leave your house, even before you leave your house, life is coming at you very fast. It just is. It's the world we live in. People try to make it all clean and, oh my God, your outlook. No, it's just true. Life is coming at you fast. So you have to take advantage of the things that are in front of you that you can control. For me, I try to win the war in the morning, which means don't get up in the morning time and start losing, which is like hit the snooze button. Immediately in the morning, you already start to fail yourself. You're already falling behind the 8 ball of life. You want to attack life already starting to put that armor on. Like before you go into combat, they give you body armor. You got to start putting that mental armor on every single morning you wake up. So when you get into that situation of life where your boss is angry, or you're losing your job, or you can't pay your bills, or you're not making the money you should be making, or your wife or husband or kids, whatever comes at you of life, you've already started to put the mental armor on in the morning by winning the war against yourself in the morning. So when those things come at you through the day, you have something to fall back on, which is the fact that I've armored myself for this crap that's happening now. Versus saying, God, I got up late this morning, hit the snooze button, I didn't shave, I didn't shower.
I rushed out the house and it snowballs. So when I'm going back to the accountability mirror is when I started this journey, I broke everything down to the smallest molecule. Like I said, I didn't think about running 10,000 steps. I didn't think about losing 106 pounds in less than 3 months. I thought about let's lose a pound. Like most people having that kind of daunting task in front of me, it's just not coming off fast enough. I quit. I'm done. Versus looking at all the small, great accomplishments you've done on this journey, taking that, rebottling it, you have to rebottle these accomplishments as more fuel. So the accountability mirror is just that. I had these sticky notes all over my mirror as, okay, today I'm not losing 106 pounds. Today I'm burning 3,500 calories today, which is a pound. That's what I'm doing. Today I will accomplish this goal. And I didn't put the 106 pounds up there. I had these, so the accountability mirrors, what did I do today and what didn't I do today? My dad messed me up, my mom messed me up, the kids that called me messed me up. But now all that in my life is now mine to own. It's not mine. They're not coming back to help me. So now I have to now take this, repackage it, hold myself accountable for whatever life throws at me and start fixing it. It all starts with the reflection in the mirror, and that's my accountability mirror. Don't blame anybody for where you're at. Even if people may have helped you get there, don't blame them. This is how you fix yourself.